What's up guys, JohnOrigins here today. Got a Pokemon Showdown replay, and it is the final battle of the GBA D-League Group H thingy, round robin tournament thing. And going into this match, I have currently got 2 wins, 0 losses, a +8 win-loss, and this is actually a very important game. Because my opponent, TheCritMagnet, his link will be in the description only below, he had only played 1 game at this point, and he had won it. So if he beat me, there was a good chance that he would be able to progress into the finals if I lost to a big score, and then he went on to defeat his final opponent. And obviously he'd have the free win, so he'd get through. So it was pretty important that I got the victory, and to progress to the finals to see, you know, who's the best, aka me. But let's see how we do. Going into this game, I knew this match would be very difficult for me because he has a lot of threats that could really damage my team. Just looking at the 9 Pokemon versus my 9, he does have a potential Cresselia check in the form of Latias, Meloetta, and even Chansey. So it's going to be very difficult to take them down if he did bring them. Obviously, he put the Chansey and the Meloetta, so obviously Cresselia's sweep would be happening down until them 2 were off the field. He also had a Mega Blastoise, which, looking at the team of 9 that I have, he can hit every single one of them for super effective damage outside of Florges. So Mega Blastoise is going to be a massive threat to any of the 6 Pokemon out of 9 that I bring, and also the Darmanitan, because I literally have 0 things to take hits from that. So I've got to be pretty careful about that. I had to make sure I brought Heatran this time to ensure that Flare Blitz couldn't be spammed against my entire team. I also have the Azumarill and the Heatran which resist it, which is nice. So and that's happening. Going into this game, I had a strategy looking at the 6v6 situation that we've got on the screen. I wanted Cresselia to sweep, and what I intended to do was get rid of the Eviolite off Chansey and hopefully weaken down the Meloetta, or hope to God that it's an Assault Vest variant, which was kind of what I was banking on. Assault Vest or Choice Specs I could potentially set up on. So I just needed knockoff to happen on Chansey and then Meloetta to have its set revealed. And then I could probably sweep with Cresselia, because I can set up on Chansey, set up on a Moongus, and potentially set up on Meloetta if I get boosts. And also my Cresselia does have enough speed investment to outspeed Blastoise. I know it outspeeds it naturally, but I thought in my head that if he brought the Blastoise, he'd run enough speed investment to just about outspeed my Cresselia, so that he can get Dark Pulse flinches on me. So I buffed up my speed a bit on Cresselia, which I think was a good idea. At the time, I didn't realise that Meloetta had base 88 speed. I thought he had base 80. I should have really planned for that as well, so I'd outspeed Meloetta, but I didn't think that far ahead, unfortunately. Looking at this is going to be a longer team preview, I think. I might put a little thing saying skip here for the battle, but looking at my team especially, I have Landorus T, which is an Earth Plate set. I literally have it on there to bluff a choice item. And as you'll see, it actually works pretty well. CM Crest, I have Special Defense Rachi, Choice Bonded Azumarill, a Life Orb Hydreigon, a mixed Life Orb Hydreigon with Superpower, and then a Choice Scarfed Heatran. Because I wanted to catch Hitmonlee off guard if he bought it, or even Raikou if they weren't Choice Scarfed. So yeah, that's why I bought it. His team is looking pretty threatening. Mega Blastoise is the biggest threat I can see, and I have to determine if that Darmanitan is Choice Scarfed or Choice Banded. So let's get into the game and see how we do. So I'm going to lead off with my Landorus T as my opponent leads up with the Chansey. First turn, I'm going to go for the knockoff, and I've got rid of the Eviolite of Chansey. That is one of my criteria for sweeping with Cresselia, set up in the bag, which I'm really happy about that. And then I'm going to switch directly into my Azumarill. I am Earth Plate, but I didn't want to go for the U-turn and reveal that I'm not Choice Scarfed. I wanted to keep that bluff up, and me switching straight out was the best way I could do that. I'm going to pause here because I make a bad series of plays. First of all, switching into a Azumarill on that Chansey, realistically, I probably would have been better off going into Jirachi, because A, I could have got my Stealth Rocks. B, I could have tried to T-Wave something, and C, I could have gone for U-turn, because I have U-turn on my Jirachi, and get some momentum on the go. And I could dodge the potential Toxic. But I go directly into my Azumarill. I get Poison, which isn't good, because Azumarill is the only thing that can check Blastoise, because I resist all of its main stabs unless it carries Hidden Power Grass. So I'm getting that whittled down, and then as you can see, I go for the Superpower on the Amoonguss Now that switch was super obvious, but I didn't account for it. I did say, it was like 11:30 when I played this game. I was like, he's going to go into Amoonguss. I could go out into Heatran here, but I didn't. I just went straight for the superpower, because what would have happened was I would have switched out into Heatran, got Stealth Rock's damage, and then he would have just brought Chansey back in. And then I'm useless, because I've just taken Stealth Rock's damage for no reason, and Chansey can just get a free opportunity to recover back its HP. So that was the kind of the reasoning why I didn't go directly into Heatran, but I probably would have been better off to do so. But yeah, continuing on. Superpower doesn't do too much to the Amoonguss, which I don't care about. I'm Choice Banded, it does a bit, but not enough. And now he's going to go for the Spore, and I determined that because Darmanitan and Landorus T are still alive, and Blastoise, my Jirachi is the most loosest Pokemon at this time in the battle. So I'm going to put that to sleep, and then I'm going to double out into my Landorus T, predicting the Darmanitan, because I should just be able to take any hits and knocking out of the EQ. Unless he's Choice Banded, of course, then I get wrecked. But here I'm going to go for the knockoff, expecting to switch out maybe into Amoonguss, but he ends up making the play out into Blastoise. I can't stay in, so I'm going to go out into my Azumarill, who should be able to take a couple of Water Pulses. Unfortunately, he does get a crit. That would have done about 20%, and then after Poison, I don't know, it would have been close to whether or not the crit mattered or not, but I do want to keep my Azumarill alive because I want the Aqua Jet priority for that Darmanitan, so I'm going to switch directly into my Hydreigon. And here I drop a Draco and let my Hydreigon die to an Ice Beam coming from this Blastoise. This was the worst play that the CritMagnet could have made. Because looking at my team, what does that Mega Blastoise hit? It hits my Landorus and it can take hits from it. It can potentially hit my Cresselia with the Dark Pulse. It hits Jirachi with the potential Dark Pulse. Azumarill is weakened, so it's fine. Hydreigon obviously gets hit by the Ice Beam, which can catch on the switch, and then the Heatran can't do anything, and it can get hit by a Water Pulse or an Aura Sphere. So, Mega Blastoise was a huge threat to my team, and what he has let himself do is take 66% from a Hydreigon's Life Orb Draco Meteor, putting him in range of my Landorus' Earthquake, probably into my range of 2 Iron Heads coming from Jirachi. Obviously, my Heatran can knock him out now, and Choice Scarf, I outspeed it. So I don't know, it was a really bad play. What he should have maybe done is just gone out into Chansey and take the Draco Meteor. I kind of wanted that to happen because I do carry the superpower, and I would have been able to knock out the Chansey with the superpower plus the Draco Meteor because he didn't have his Eviolite. But he doesn't do that, he lets his Blastoise get weakened, meaning that on this turn I can bring out my Landorus Fairy form and go for the Earthquake, knock him out, which also baits him to bring in his Landorus T because he thinks I'm choiced based on my actions previously. So what I'm going to do is hit this man with the Hidden Power Ice, do a solid 82% as he knocks off my Earth Plate, finally revealing what I've done. And either I win 2 speed ties or he doesn't have enough speed investment and I just knock him out of the knockoff there. So Landorus is gone, and all I need to do is get rid of Darmanitan, and then Jirachi should be good to go. And that's pretty good. I bring in the Heatran on the Darmanitan because I knew he couldn't go for like a superpower, and I end up living a Rock Slide after a critical hit, and I can knock out the Darmanitan. So there goes the Darmanitan. That's really good for me. Now the only problem now is my Jirachi has become very important and I'm asleep, and he still has Meloetta and Chansey, so technically my Cresselia can't really do much. But I am going to go into my Landorus T here, just go straight for the knockoff on the Meloetta as he brings out the Amoonguss. I'm okay with this. I just wanted to get rid of that Meloetta, so I wasn't going to predict the Amoonguss. And what I can do now is just get off damage with the Earthquake onto the Amoonguss, meaning that I should just be able to bring Cresselia and try and set up. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into my Cresselia, I'm going to sub up, and then try and get some Calm Minds up. But then the CritMagnet, he can prepare. He was prepared for this scenario. He brings in this Meloetta and hits me up with the Perish song, and that was incredible. I was flabbergasted. It was a really good snipe on my opponent's part, recognizing that I would bring the Cresselia and I would try and set up Calm Minds on him. So he brought the Perish song. He has Perish song, Sub, Psyshock, and U-Turn, which I think is an incredible set. And I am forced to switch out. I'm not going to stay, and there's no point in me trying to break the stub because he's going to switch out eventually. So I figured I might as well try and burn off some Jirachi sleep turns. So I'm going to bring it in, and what I can do is just go for the Iron Head and try and wake up. He's going to U-turn out here, just to stop him from dying to the Perish Song, and then going out into his, I think he goes out with Chansey to try and get a Wish up. My Jirachi is still asleep, but I'll wake up next turn. I'm pretty sure it's almost guaranteed that I'm waking up next turn. So what I can do now is predict to switch out. I'm just going to go for the T-Wave. I end up catching the Meloetta on the switch, and he wants to get rid of that Paralysis because obviously he doesn't want to get Iron Head flinched to death by my Jirachi. So he's going to bring in his Chansey to go for the Heal Bell. But unfortunately for him, this Iron Head is looking like a free hit KO from the range of HP that is at. And as long as I get a flinch here, I'm in a great position. And I do. Jirachi just gonna... Jirachi doesn't need any friends at the moment. It's gonna come in. It's gonna paralyze this Amoonguss. He went for the Giga Drain here because he expected my Azumarill to come in to take the sleep. And me just attack it off. I think that's why he went for the Giga Drain anyway. Over the Spore. And now I can just begin the cycle of just flinching this man. This poor man to death with Jirachi. This might not be the most prettiest of... victories in my favor, because I do win just because of this. And I don't think, like, he hasn't attacked in 3 turns now, so this is the 4th that he hasn't got an attack off. And then comes the Meloetta. I believe this is number 5, turn number 5, where he doesn't get an attack off. And then we go to turn 6, and I flinch him again. Oh, I don't know, he gets on a Perish Song. So 5 or 6 turns where he wasn't able to attack because Jirachi just flinched the living crap out of him. And I get the crit flinch here, or the crit power. And I'm able to knock out the Meloetta, sealing up a 3-0 in my favour, sealing up the round robin group stage to me with 3 wins in my favour, plus 11 overall rating. Thank you, Jirachi, and your ability, Serene Grace. You did fan-fucking-tastic for me, enabling me to get the 3-0. Luckily, I didn't suck a Azumarill. It just gives me an extra buff in points, which, helps in the next stage of this tournament, which I think is an elimination tournament, which is going to be a lot of fun. Make sure you check out all the links in the description. You've got the GBA official website, the GBAD official YouTube page, GBA official, and you've got the document, the Google Doc, about all the group stages, and I think the tournament stage of the single elimination brackets. Check out my opponent, TheCritMagnet. I know he uploads, so his link will be in the description, my Twitter and stuff like that. I hope you enjoyed this. Leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe. I've been JohnOrigins, and I'm out. So bye.